Okay, now for a few problems dealing with kites. A kite is a quadrilateral where the two diagonals are perpendicular to each other and only one of the two diagonals is being bisected. The other one, in this case segment AC, is not being bisected. As a result, the two triangles at the top, triangle ADE and triangle ABE, are congruent right triangles. Therefore, if the hypotenuse for one of those two triangles, segment AB, is 24, segment AD is also going to be equal to 24. And the same is true about the two triangles at the bottom. Triangle BEC is a right triangle, and triangle DEC is a congruent right triangle, congruent to triangle BEC. So therefore, if the hypotenuse for one of those two triangles is 34, the hypotenuse for the other one has to be 34. Next question. We have a kite where we have to find the length of segment AC. I'm going to break that up into two separate problems where we find the distance from A to point E, and then we find the distance from E to point C and add them together using the segment addition postulate, and we will have the overall length. So to get started with that, we're going to look at the right triangle at the top of the diagram. Triangle AEC is a right triangle where we know two out of the three sides. So we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem to solve for x. So we have a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So we have x squared plus 3,600 equals 5,625, which is 75 times 75. So just use your calculator to do that. Subtracting 3,600 from each side of the equation, we get x squared equals 2,025. So x equals the square root of that, which happens to be a perfect square. Square root of 2,025 is 45. So segment of length x is equal to 45. Then we can look at the triangle at the bottom, and we have two out of those three sides given, and therefore we can use the Pythagorean theorem and say 60 squared plus, we'll call it y this time, y squared equals 100 squared. So 60 squared plus y squared equals 100 squared. Now that's a 3, 4, 5 triangle, but if you didn't recognize it as such, you have 3,600 plus y squared equals 10,000. So you subtract 3,600 from each side of the equation, and you get y squared equals 6,400. So y equals the square root of that, which equals 80. So if y is equal to 80, we plug that in. The answer to the question, the distance from A to point C, is simply equal to 45 plus 80, which equals 125. And one more problem. Again, we have a kite, and now we have the angles being referred to. So therefore, if angle 1 is equal to 37, this angle above angle 2 also has to be 37 because those are corresponding parts of congruent triangles. The diagonals are perpendicular, so you have four right angles right here. So if we want to find an angle up here, such as angle DAE, we could simply say 90 plus 37 is equal to 127. Subtracted from 180 equals 53. So that's this angle, for angle DAE, and it's also this angle for angle BAE. Now we can continue by saying if angle 2 is equal to 54, the triangle at the bottom, triangle BEC, that's another right triangle, and those angles have to add to equal 180, so 90 plus 54 equals 144, subtracted from 180 gives you 36 for this angle. And therefore angle X next to it, because those two triangles are congruent, the angle at the bottom is being bisected, and therefore that's 36. The two triangles, the one on the left and the one on the right, triangle DEC and triangle BEC are congruent triangles, so if angle EBC is 54, angle EDC is also equal to 54. So for that given information, you should be able to find all of the angles. In this case, X was equal to 36. Hope that helps. Good luck.